What are we doing?
Dude, I don't know.
You need a hug? All right, let's do it.
So I was doing some research,
It's like therapy for us. You're just easing into not having much time on your hands.
and I'm stoked for the journey. What's up, everybody? Welcome. My name is Brian Boyd,
And I'm Zach Gittler.
and we are two dads on a mic. Welcome to episode number
4.
Yeah, coming at you live from the studio.
Yes.
Studio Casa de Boyd.
Done. Yeah, no one ever knows. Like, where are we? Is this a rented space? Is this your home? Is this... Me and Brian live in a tent. That's what it comes down to. We don't have wives. We're just trying to put this, persona out there to make you guys like us.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
No.
Whose house are we at?
We're at my house, actually. Studio Casa de Boyd.
Yeah, we got to label them because eventually we'll film at ours.
Yeah.
mine.
Well, and we've talked about
True.
filming at some other places as well.
Yeah.
Some local restaurants.
Yeah.
Doing some dads and drinks episodes.
Dude, that's genius, man.
Which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, it's
and
genius.
So all you local restaurants in the Carlsbad, Oceanside, Vista, Encinitas, Leucadia, I can just go forever.
Hit us up because we've already got an interest, so we can't wait. Like, it's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah, it will be cool, and I think it'll be awesome to switch up the environment a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But for now, Casa de Boyd.
Casa de
You
Boyd.
got to start somewhere.
It works, man.
It does.
Why
it
fix
does.
it if it ain't broken?
And we've got no one around today.
I know.
Like, it's just us, man.
I know, dude.
We're gonna get raw.
I know.
Yeah. But let's do a little housekeeping.
Yes.
Like we always do. First and foremost, everybody, thank you so much. This is our 4th episode. We've got a ton of feedback. We've got people that are sharing some amazing stuff with us, following us, liking us, most importantly, sharing, right? And that's what's really going to help drive this forward. Is the more that people can share, the more people can like, comment, give us feedback, give us input. We've gotten feedback on our setup. We've gotten feedback on our topics. We've gotten feedback on our comments, and I love that, right?
Oh, we want engagement like you wouldn't believe, because that's what it drives us and just makes us want to work harder at what we do and give content to you guys, because it's very fun for us to do this, and it's very like therapeutic, which we're finding out.
We're like our
and
own
all
Oprah.
you dads or moms and pre-post, like post, pre, you will, it's just an amazing journey that we're taking in. So we want you guys all to join us, and as we go through that, like, yes, engage.
Yeah. So if you're not sure where to find us, if you're not sure how to find us, if you're just stumbling across this, or if someone shared it with you, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, it's all the number 2 dads on a mic. So
Yes.
Facebook / 2 dads on a mic, number 2, Twitter @ 2 dads on a mic, which we've got to get better about. We're going to do that.
Yes.
Instagram @ the number 2 dads on a mic. And then, of course, our YouTube channel is the number 2 dads on a mic.
Shazam.
Bam, bing, bang, boom.
Soundhound.
So please, like we said, follow us, share, subscribe, comment, leave us feedback, give us suggestions, anything and everything that you can give to us. It's just going to make us better. And that's ultimately what we want, right? We talked about in our first episode, what we really want to do, and our purpose is to not only give insight on our world as being dads, but to also get insight on your world as being not only a dad, right, but a mom.
Yeah.
Mom is important. If you're a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, a kiddo out there, hey, man, give us your insight too. I'd love to hear that.
There's kids out there that are watching. I know.
Well, and there's kids out there that are a lot smarter than us. Let's be honest.
That's why, we're a restaurant always looking for more recipes.
Ooh,
And
I like that.
It's
And cooks in the kitchen.
exactly
Right?
We invite it all. We don't have a one set, one track mind, if you'd say, and we're building the show off kind of the interaction,
Yeah.
like what people are throwing back at us in reviews and comments, and just keep it coming.
Yeah,
I love
it. So how's fam? Let's just do a little catch up, right?
Catch up right now. Today is Tuesday. I've been on daddy duty since Saturday. Solo, yes.
Solo daddy duty.
Wifey's on a cruise, which she well deserves with mom, and they're enjoying that right now. And I've been on crazy work mode of DJing a lot of events.
DJ dad.
Man, DJing, running another clothing business, and just super busy. And we were just talking to Bri earlier. What's crazy, it doesn't seem that busy to me because the main thing is I love what I do in all aspects. And for me, when you get to that element or that stage, things are easy. Love what I do. Busy. Couldn't do this without my mom, that's for sure. And she's a big help. She lives with us from Minnesota. Got her moved out here 6 months ago.
Still relying on mom.
I've been trying to get her. I know, right? It comes full circle, but it's almost flipped though. It's almost flipped.
Yeah.
It's like she relies on me in a way of how the world works now.
That's cool though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure. Oh my, to school my mom in the way the world works, from what she's been used to 30 years ago to like now, like technology one. Every day there's a new.
Well, not only that, but your mom comes from the Midwest, and I'm not saying this to downplay the Midwest because I lived in Chicago for a couple of years, right? And that city's insane, right? Minneapolis, insane, right? Indianapolis, St. Louis, those are crazy cities, and they got it going on, right? But you come out to California, and to move from the Midwest to somewhere like California, especially Southern California, that's a whole new ball game.
You might as well go to India. I mean,
right?
like it's literally off the 360 degree turn, 180 turn, whatever you want to call it, coming from Midwest to California in regards to like difference of how much things cost,
right?
And just how the world works, and you don't have season change, so you have like double the amount of time to be productive. There's a lot, to get used to.
When we moved here from Chicago, that was one thing that I noticed. It's weird because Southern California has this very laid back feel to it. But it is not laid back at all. Like the marketplace just goes, and you've got to be prepared for it.
I love it, man. I mean, my mentality was prior, and I am now too. Is like, do you miss Minnesota? Of course I do. I love Minnesota. I love the close, and everything is 10 minutes away. Everything's so spread out here. I love it still, but I work harder to. I want to go visit Minnesota whenever I want. That's where my mentality is at. Right. Or you miss the snow. Oh, I want to try to go own a place in Big Bear, which is 2 hours away. It has snow. You can snowboard in your T-shirt. Like that's how I look at it, rather than like I miss it. It sucks. I can't go back or whatever. And I love everything, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into something. Well, let me.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Housekeep, man.
Yeah, I'll housekeep myself a little bit. So we've got about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, man. Until the deadline is coming up. I call it the deadline.
Deadline, a.k.a. get ready for life change, a.k.a. no sleep.
Yeah. We did
a.k.a. we should take a photo now of pre-bags on your eyes to post-bags on your eyes.
Yeah. And we did a hospital tour.
Nice.
So I saw the birthing room.
What's your one takeaway that you're like just amazed by, or like I didn't know that
so
about
Molly
it?
and I had a conversation just last night. I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't know if other dads out there,
it's okay, it's how you feel,
other partners out there, maybe you aren't even dad, maybe you're just a partner. I am scared shitless of the birth. It's probably the one thing over everything else. Like I feel like I'm pretty in tune with kids, right? I've got a great background with kids. I think I get kids. I've worked with everything from a 3-week-old up to 18 years of age in regards to kiddos. I understand it. I'm not saying that I get it fully, but I understand it. I'm prepared for that as much as I possibly can be. Of course, I'm not fully prepared, but as much as I possibly can be. I am so nervous about passing the fuck out when she has the baby.
So like the actual physically watching the baby.
Oh, like... I mean, I don't know. Is she gonna have a C-section? Is she gonna have a normal birth?
Regardless, you're seeing a baby you're seeing an alien come out of a human. You will see that happen.
Well, it's as crazy. Mila put it, the lady hole.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm trying to think of like, I do remember, but I don't also because it's such a crazy shock. But
now, did she have the C-section?
No, regular birth.
Regular birth.
Yeah, I watched everything. I mean, as you guys know, like we have cameras set up for this, so I have the cameras. So I set up 2 cameras
in the hospital room.
Yeah, I just sneak
it.
Because,
we need to maybe.
No, I told you
some kind of footage like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I got kind of lucky in a way of like the documenting of it. The one camera I put, the doctor blocked it. So
not on purpose, but just like position.
And I was okay with that because I don't know. Like for me, I don't need to rewatch that part, but like the aftermath. Like I had a GoPro. I recommend it to anybody. Just either your phone, just document everything.
Wait, you put the GoPro on you, or did you?
I put the GoPro on the back, like the back view. So it was more of like me.
No way.
And but after, man, it's like you have to, even if you put your phone on like a little goofy $5 tripod, like I told you in Mali, document, just put it somewhere, because to rewatch that, you are going to be so engulfed. You're not. I don't remember some of the parts. I remember, very vaguely some parts, but some I don't remember.
Right.
And I'm happy, like the aftermath, like the hour after the golden hour, like we documented that, man. Like it's just, you can just see it in your eyes. It doesn't even look like you, that you're looking at yourself. It's the craziest thing. And I told you, like, for you guys, I'll hook you up, man. Like whatever you want. I'll come in. I'll set up a camera.
See, there are benefits to having him as a friend.
I'll hook it up.
Very, very few, but there are some benefits.
Yes. So you said the birthing is what's scaring you the most.
Yeah, so I'm very queasy when it comes to blood, when it comes to bodily fluid.
Oh, you're gonna see some stuff.
I am.
I'm
nervous about it.
Did they tell you like what
you
might see? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And I think that was the one takeaway from the hospital. I was like, shit, I don't know if I'm fully prepared for this.
You want to know a funny fact is our doctor, which we love, she dropped the placenta. It's hilarious.
Wait.
Like, so the baby's birth,
this is stuff, man. I was like,
the baby's birth, and then the placenta comes out, and she's just like, oh, and then we have it on tape. It's like, it's so funny.
Did it bounce?
It just kind of like, I didn't even remember.
Is it like a blob of like goop?
It's like it's like a blob of goop. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it's crazy, and it was pretty funny.
Wow.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So
but you'll see other stuff.
So this is the deal. So the setup is where we're having the kiddo, they allow mom, dad, baby, and then they allow up to 4 other people in the room while you're having the kiddo.
I mean, that's cool.
It's cool.
You guys are gonna. Yeah.
They allow that, right? That's not saying what we're. But mom's like, dude, she's like, I just want it to be us, but if you don't feel like you're stable.
True.
Like I gotta have someone else in that room.
You gotta have a wingman or a woman. You need a wing woman, maybe.
Or a wing person.
Yeah,
I need a wing person.
Because who's ever in there?
Like you think you only need wingmen or wing people at the bar?
You'll be fine.
I now need one in the hospital.
You'll be fine. In my eyes,
I don't know if I will be.
Because knowing you, the joy and the amazement is just gonna overtake it.
And that's very true.
It's
maybe the adrenaline will overtake it.
It's
because I imagine there's got to be a ton of adrenaline, right?
Oh my goodness. You know the funniest part of rewatching the video, you'll see it because we've shown it to people, is I didn't say one word at all.
People.
That
is a record.
I didn't say one word.
For how long?
A long time. I was just
That's amazing.
Fully teary-eyed the whole time.
You're such a softie.
Because I couldn't do anything to help my wife Jess. Like I could just be there for her. I could say whatever.
You knew you were having a girl, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I couldn't do anything. And like the doctors were there saying what they say. I didn't need to chime in. I mean, I maybe said like you got this, but like no, I was just amazed, and like it's there's no words to describe it, man.
So that is I think my intrinsic motivator is that we don't know what we're having. Mm-hmm. And it's the one.
I'll give it to you, man. I couldn't do that.
It's the one thing, right, that we've talked about before that I will be able to share with her about the pregnancy that she won't be able to share with me. It's the one thing that I actually get to tell her before she can tell me, which is really cool, and that's why we're doing this.
Is there like a talk where like, do you say it or do you have the doctor tell you?
Oh no,
because you're gonna see.
I'm going to tell her.
It's either a P or a G.
Dude, it's either a P or a V and a G. Yeah. I like that. And that's
how babies are made, P and the G.
And it will be, now she did say to me, she goes, babe, I will kill you if you
are wrong.
Mess with me. No, if you mess with me.
Yeah,
she goes,
don't.
I will kill you.
Yeah,
like, don't joke with me. Don't be like, oh, it's a... Because she's like, I can totally see you doing that. Don't do that, and I won't do it. And I promise. I was like, I wouldn't even think about that. That's her preemptive thinking about. I always method her anyway.
The swearer, the get the whatever, and
dude, totally, man.
You think that though? It's not what you think. The pregnancy and even having a child, whatever it goes back to me. Whatever you think, just don't expect that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Whether it be raising a child, it doesn't really happen the way you think.
Well, and like I've said in previous episodes, I think I said this in last episode, or it was the episode before, that her pregnancy has been very awesome.
I gotta give it.
She doesn't. She does not complain.
He would tell me too, right?
Dude,
this is not
it's
just
crazy.
on air. Like I would know, and I would be like, no.
I think she just has like this insane tolerance for pain. And so I think when the birth comes, I think it's not going to affect her like it does a lot of women. I think she's going to be like, let's do this.
Could be.
Ronda Rousey. She's just going to bring out her inner Ronda Rousey and just fucking knock it out.
Set up the octagon in the hospital room, please, because I'm ready.
Because I'm going to bring it.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it. I'm going to go 3 rounds. I'm going to go 5 minutes a round.
Let's stream a pay-per-view.
It is. Oh, should we pay-per-view it?
Ma, you okay with that? I don't know.
I mean, it can start the kids' college fund.
No lady parts.
Yeah,
just
we can
baby.
totally cut that out. Zach's in charge. He's good at editing.
Yeah, true.
So, no, it's funny. The pay-per-view, the baby birth.
Dude,
Wow.
it's out there.
Man, you're throwing it out there now.
And that is going to go into our world of what we wanted to talk about is social media world.
Yeah,
So would you pay-per-view a birth?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would pay for it, actually.
I think you'd be extremely surprised.
Meaning it'd be like...
And I'm not saying that would be a good thing.
It'd be weirdos.
It would be totally...
Because of stuff that I've read of what we're going to talk about. Yeah, it's like, don't do it because of... It could be put on a weirdo site.
I think family members might be interested. But they wouldn't want to pay for it.
Exactly.
You wouldn't want to do that to family
Could you imagine? You'd be
members.
like, you're...
Like, sorry, y'all want to see... You guys want to see the birth? You got to pay.
You know what they might say to me? They'd be like, that's Giddler. I would never do that, though, with a birth, okay?
So funny.
I'm business-minded in a lot of ways, but, like, no, not with, like,
family.
I'm not.
I'll bet we've just sparked something into somebody's brain. That is going to be... You know what and I'll tell you why I know that that's going to almost spark something in somebody's brain. Someone's going to come up with a company that's like pay-per-view the birth. Because I just read an article that there is a company called Vitality, and they bottle air.
Oh, I saw you put it on our Slack. Yeah. On the account. Yeah.
And they sell fresh air from Canada.
And they did it as a gimmick.
Totally. And it took off into a company.
And where are they selling it?
China.
Because China's got bad air.
Yeah. Literally, you can turn almost anything into a business these days. It's crazy.
It is. I mean,
but we digress. So let's move forward. So talking about sharing your life, right? Or your moments or whatever it is.
Or a baby coming out of your lady hole.
Is the world of social media and being a parent. And we decided that we wanted to dive into this topic. And as we dove into this topic, we found out there is actually a word that associates with social media and parenting.
And what is that word, Brian Boyd?
That word is sharenting.
That's right. You heard it first here on 2 Dads on a Mic. Sharenting. We are sharing the word sharenting on this episode number 4 on 2 Dads on a Mic.
It's crazy. It is. It's nuts.
It is.
And the world of sharenting, if you have not researched this, if you have not looked into it, if you don't know anything about it, and if you are somebody or a parent that puts photos of your child on social media, you are...
Yes, give the definition of sharenting.
You are a part of sharenting. So the actual definition via Wikipedia, which I'm not going to say is always the best source, but it's a good source, right? Is a term used to describe the overuse, that's a key word, of social media by parents to share content based on their children. So with the sharenting, right? We've done some research. We've done some good stuff around sharenting and looked at it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the numbers before we get into the actual components of sharenting and the topic of sharenting to the discussion of sharenting.
Yeah, so as Brian said, sharenting, it's like how you share your child, your life, whatever it may be on social media. Because when I heard it first, I literally thought it was like sharenting, how a husband and wife or significant other shares the parenting roles. That's what I thought it was. But just to clarify, yes, it's sharenting. It's sharing child's, kind of world on social
content.
media. Yeah, content on social media.
It's just it's based on the content of what you're sharing about your kids. So just a little bit of numbers, right? And we're gonna hit a few topics on this. Excuse me. And this is what the percentages is what kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When I started reading these percentages and these numbers. So this study was done by UNICEF. If you're not familiar with UNICEF,
I am not.
You are not?
I am not familiar with UNICEF.
Okay, well, UNICEF is the United Nations Children's Funds, and it is a nonprofit organization that puts funds towards children's rights and privacy. Okay, so these are some of the things that they found. Number 1 in 4 children said their parents' sharenting made them feel embarrassed, anxious, worried, or sad. 25% of all kids. 50%. This one's I'm gonna get a little dark here, right? But let's be real about this.
Go dark.
50% of images shared on pedophile sites are stolen
I believe
from
that.
social media sites.
I believe that.
Like that is 50%.
My question is, because I think we talked about this earlier, it doesn't say the ages of the demographic of kids that this is taken from. But I'm going to say this is like 8 years and above.
I would say it's probably below.
Younger, because when do they start really grasping the knowledge of social media? Like,
well, no. What are you talking about when you say that?
well, when you're like, 25% of the kids or this, whenever you say the word kid in a in a statistic, what age is that taken from?
Okay, so I'll share a story with you that I read about. There was an article that I read on the Huffington Post about a mother who had posted a picture of her daughter on Facebook.
Okay.
And her daughter had come to her and told her, "Mommy, please take that down. I don't like how I look."
How old?
4 years old. 4 years old. So, and I'm not,
I get that though, because my daughter is 3 and she could put something on right now and she's doing it like, I don't like the way that looks, or no, different movie. It's the same thing of saying like, I want another movie, or I want a different show. So I guess mentally, where do they do? Are they? But I guess that's where it starts. If they're saying it, then I get
right. So we'll get into that in just a second.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in just a second. So here's another crazy statistic: the average U.S. parent posts almost 1,000 baby photos online before the child turns 5.
Man, is that a lot? It's a lot.
Dude, 1,000 before they turn 5.
5 years, 12 months.
Look at your life. Look at your life back. My family wasn't a huge photo taking family. We weren't huge. I don't even have a photo book in this house of my family. I don't. That's a lot, man. That's 200 per year. By the time you're 5.
Yeah, I get
right? 90% of 2-year-olds in the United States, 90% of 2-year-olds in the United States already have an online presence. 2-year-olds, 90%.
I mean, I get that because we live in the world that we live in, and as we're going to get into, it's how do they have a social presence?
Well, we're gonna talk about what's okay.
True.
On our opinions on what's okay. Let's see. 14% of American moms maintain their own blogs, right? And 88% of teens, this is a big one, think people are sharing too much online. So think about that dynamic.
88% of teens right now
teenagers think that people are sharing too much online. So it's almost like this shift.
Yeah.
Like there's so much sharing going on as they're growing up, they're almost kind of like, this is way too much.
But then all these kids that are saying it are then sharing. So the kids that are saying this, I would then say, but are you sharing? They're like, yeah. Like, then if you think that they're sharing too much, why are you sharing? Or that's a whole other topic of like, why do they think that, but yet they continue to do it? Because they're oversaturated with everything that we're oversaturated with online.
Well, and there might be a shift in how that's working in the social media world. I think that'll be determined as we move forward to see how much people are sharing and what content they are sharing. So the poll to Sharent, right? So there's basically 3 areas that people are sharenting for. Number 1, profit. Number 2, fame. And the last one, which I think is the most important, is approval. So when you think about why we share on social media, there's 3 things that can happen when you post something on social media. The first thing that can happen when you post on social media is someone can like your comment, right? Give a heart, give a smiley face, whatever it may be. The second thing that people can do on social media is they can comment, right? So they can leave a remark based off of what you have shared. And the last thing that they can do is that they can share your content. So people are looking to social media to gain approval. And they're looking to also gain fame and profit. So what's happening with our world of advertising these days is that Sharenting is actually turning into something that is a lucrative business for families, for moms, for dads. They're posting things online they're getting all these followers, likers, commenters, and then what's happening, which is amazing, is that advertisers are reaching out to them to put their ads on this content that they are getting all these followers and subscribers to.
Yeah, but don't you think that the parents are the ones to, depending on the age of the children, to be kind of not blamed, but in charge of guiding if, what they're putting on and like how they're going to, if they're getting reached out by an advertiser, let's say, like, is that good? Is that bad? Are parents looking at it as money? Are they looking at it as their kids' well-being? I mean, there's a whole other world of part of the sharenting is like the parenting and...
So that's why they talk about it as a difference, sharenting and parenting. So not everybody that shares content on social media is sharenting, right? Remember, it's the overuse.
Yeah.
So let's give an example. Let's give a real life example for us. You just posted, okay, and this is a perfect example. You just posted a video of you and Aria on our Instagram account. I think it was a couple days ago or a week ago. Yep. So let's talk about the analytics behind that.
Okay.
That post got more hits and more views and more likes than most of any of these posts where we're like sharing like our content. So that's a telltale sign. Now, I'm not saying that you're sharenting, right? You just posted something. You're interacting with your kid. I think it's cool. Me as an individual, will I be sharing pictures of my child online? I will be. Will I be overusing it, or will I be manipulating it or misusing it? No. And so what I want to talk about is, how do people misuse it, right? How do people take that sharing of content and make it so that it's not appropriate? So let's talk about a few of those instances. Number one is behavioral issues. So this is crazy.
In the kid.
Right. So they will use parents will use social media to quote unquote discipline their kids, right? So what they'll do is they will showcase their child misbehaving, and then they will post that on social media to embarrass them, to hopefully make it so they are not going to do that again. Yeah. And what's happening with that is kids are going to school, and their friends or their peers are seeing that content on social media,
them or like
and then they're getting bullied.
So it's more. Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I'm always going to go back to how we were raised. I'm 38. When, social media wasn't involved, and I feel like that's still the core of raising a child in regards to social media is a great thing, but just like anything there's two sides of it, and it's how you use it. And for me, as I will always post stuff with Aria, but I always running through my brain, is it good, is it bad? But the day Aria, my daughter, says something to me like that flips a switch, like, I don't know if I should continue maybe now posting that category or doing that. But in regards to what you're saying with the teaching, me personally, I think it's 100% not how I would like to parent at all. I wouldn't do it.
So scary scenario, right? This is happening right now in the world. In France, you can actually get sent to jail for oversharing content of your child. In Austria, a woman sued her parents for the embarrassing photos they posted of her on Facebook. And I'm going to tell you what, right now in the country we live in and in the society we live in of suing.
I know, right? People will jump on it.
Who's going to jump on it?
The kids.
Lawyers are going to jump on it.
Oh, true.
They're going to see that happening in other countries, and they're going to approach kids.
So you mean next Super Bowl, we're going to have ads of like, is your parent sharenting you? Well, guess what? You don't even need to call me. Just hit me up on Twitter at blah, 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 and I will represent you for free. You
Better Call Saul.
They can't even, they can't. Oh, yeah. There's the next episode of Better Call Saul.
Seriously.
I mean, it's very scary in that way. But see, if you come to a state of your life where your child is literally thinking about suing you, for me, you've done something wrong in parenting. If they're at
because you're sharenting. You're not parenting, you're sharenting.
I do feel that like every day and moment counts of how you raise your child. And if your child at some point wants to sue you on a real note, not just like I'm throwing a tantrum, I'm gonna sue you. I'm out of here. I'm going to Johnny's house. like if they're really at a level they're going to sue you, then you got to rethink your life.
I mean, I think if you share it, you need to rethink it because, number one, at the end of the day, there's people that are not going to agree with this, but your kids are people.
True.
And they have rights.
True.
At the end of the day, they have rights. And I think there's a point where it becomes obsessive. I have friends on social media, and that's all they post. And it
Just
is
kids.
continual.
But do
kids? Do
they post it in regards to feeling accepted? It's more for them. It's for them to feel accepted. Like people are liking their photos. People are, just interacting with them, even though it's with they're using their child to kind of like better their lives. And
they think to better their lives.
But on a side note, like I've read a lot of reviews. I mean, not reviews, but like articles on just in regards to social media of this. How one thing is cross reference to everybody that I've researched is before you go to bed at night, taking your phone to bed, and social media world before you go to bed is horrible. Because like let's say you're posting a photo and you're checking that prior to going to bed and it got a like or 0, and you go to bed thinking like I'm horrible, no one likes me. There's so many avenues and categories you got to focus on in regards to all this. I mean, there's so many pieces like to the recipe in that way. It's not one thing. We're talking about sharenting right now, and we're focusing on that, but there's so many other elements you have to put in that recipe to make it all cohesive and become a good dish.
Well, let's be honest. If you are one of those people that needs that acceptance, if you need those likes, if you need those shares and those comments, you really need to take a step back and look at yourself, because at the end of the day, the majority of people that are following you on social media, they aren't really like your close friends. Yeah, you might have most of us have like 5 or 6 really close friends, right? At the end of the day, we don't have 300, 400, 1,000, 1 million. And a lot of people that follow us on social media, I don't even know, right? And it doesn't matter to me because I'm not looking for social acceptance, right? And I definitely don't need to use my kids to be socially accepted. Like you need to come to terms with who you are as a person and as a parent and accept yourself and be happy with that. And I think that it's okay to showcase your children on social media and yourself and your life. And I know people look forward to that, and I'm not saying that's wrong or bad. What I'm saying is that the overuse or misuse of it is not okay. Mm-hmm. And so when we talk about these things, there's things that go into this that should scare parents. And let's talk about digital kidnapping. True. Because that's one of those areas of this arena that should scare parents. And digital kidnapping, if you don't know what it is, it's an extremely dangerous rising trend in this company, in this company. That's funny.
Company you run it, man.
I know, right? This one. In this world, and that's basically people steal baby pictures or pictures of kids online, and they use those pictures on their own personal accounts and present them as their own children. That is a real thing that's happening in the world today.
It just makes me think like the people that are doing that, like, man, I wish we could help them or like be there for them or just listen to them talk, because they probably have no one and they're in whatever mode or mentality, but it's just like, man, it's crazy. It's a real thing.
Yeah, and if you don't think that it is and you want to be ignorant to that, then just know that it's a possibility that the more you share and the more you put out there, that's going to be a reality with your kids. And I could not imagine what it would be like to click on somebody's Facebook account or click on somebody's Instagram account and see my own child on their account and they are actually pretending it's their
eerie.
Kid.
So on a side note,
that would drive me nuts.
It happened to Jess.
No way.
I swear to God.
No, it did not.
Dead serious. So we were searching in our other business that we have, Clothing World. We're just kind of, someone sent to us, because in our group we have a lot of people in one of our Facebook groups, and someone sent us like, hey, this is you, and it was someone from like Europe, fully using every photo of my wife, stating to be her, fully.
No way.
Fully, it was eerie.
So they were sharenting your wife.
They were wifing ting. I can't even say wife-parenting. I
love that we're laughing about this.
I know. But I mean, hey.
That is crazy.
It was. And it made my wife very eerie. It really I get it. It was weird. And she contacted her and she contacted her back. And She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just thought I could, the
What
verbiage.
was that? What was the reasoning behind
I mean,
that?
I don't know the girl. I can't dive deep of like her mentality of like her lifestyle, whatever. But like, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just like thought I could use some photos. Like the stupid slough it off kind of like response. Like, yeah, just take the photos down and you had to report it to Facebook and this and that. But Facebook just give the option. Yes, you can screenshot stuff, but even a screenshot, if you blow it up, it will be pixelated. But like, they should just make it. Do you want to? And this comes back to like what you maybe should do on social media. I mean, if you're going to be sharing stuff with your child or just you, there are ways to block. There are ways to like not have access to something that other people can get. The downside of everything is someone can screenshot something, no matter what.
Well, I think it goes back to the I'll be honest, my Instagram account, it's not private, it's public, right? So anybody at any time could search me and find me and follow me and steal whatever they want. There is that option of having a private account, and that's you only allow the people that you want to view your account. And I'll be honest with you, once I have the kiddo, that may be the route that I go. True. And only the people that I allow to be a part of my circle will be a part of my circle. So that's an option, and I think that's a possibility. So checklist. I'm going to give you a checklist of how to be a parent.
Hey, tell me pre-parent.
Not a Sharent.
Not a Sharent. Be a parent, not a Sharent. Okay.
So, number 1, read the privacy and policies. And check your settings on social media, like we just talked about.
But if you're like a lot of people out there, like me, those privacy and policy checklists, I agree box, are 33 pages long, and they're written in lawyer verbiage.
Okay, now here's another one. Are you ready? I'll bet you don't know this one.
No, I don't.
You can actually set up an alert. So when a Google search comes up of your child's name, it will alert you.
Okay, that's cool. See, and I think in this regard, it's under, people are not educated.
Totally.
At all. And
I wasn't before we started researching this.
It's also, I think, the Sharenting world, it's not paid attention to because it hasn't happened to them or you.
Right.
And until it does, then it becomes important.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that it has become important to, and the people that ever will see this will be like, yeah, I think this is amazing. And this is where everybody can butt heads. And the people that it's happened to will butt heads with people that haven't. So unless it happens to you.
Well, it's like when a natural disaster happens, or like a tornado or a flood or whatever. Like it doesn't affect you until it affects you.
So same thing. We just had fires here like 2 months ago.
Right.
We were in the like voluntary evacuation zone. We didn't have some of our stuff insured. We had homeowners insurance and all that stuff, but like some of our business wasn't. And I was freaking out for 2 days. Freaking out. Got a U-Haul ready to load up this stuff. Get out of here. And but now that it happened, like if Sharenting or that world would have happened, now I would have paid more attention. So I think it's just uneducated, the world, that this could be something that needs to be taught more so.
Right.
But Facebook could also do that. Facebook could also, implement, more. You must watch this video. You know how you can like watch videos and they know like when you take like a DMV test or like you got a ticket and you have to take the driver's, that world, you have to watch the video straight through and you can't click forward. Like make someone watch a video.
Yeah.
Straight through.
Well, they do that when you try to promote something. Like when you try to promote something on Facebook, they actually have somebody that checks it out, or an algorithm or whatever that checks it out, and then they deny it or promote it based on what the content is.
True, yeah. It's like when it reads text on advertisements of Facebook. Yeah.
So that's probably something that I would imagine, because I'm going to tell you who's going to be sued next.
Who?
It's not parents. It's going to be the social media sites, and they're going to get by. They're going to get it. Someone's going to sue Facebook because their picture was posted on Facebook without their permission, and it was degrading to them.
But pre-Facebook, when you sign up and you check that box, it already covers them.
No.
It covers them.
No way. Because think about this, there's no way it covers them. If I don't have a Facebook page, right?
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Someone posts a picture of me or a video of me on Facebook, and I have not approved of that. Yeah. There's got to be some.
True. I get that.
Like you've got to have some type of privacy legislation out there that's going to protect you as a person. You just posted a picture on or a video or something, and JetBlue reached out to you and said like,
True. No, I get that. It's a fine line.
It's going to happen.
I mean, more than everybody.
It's going to happen. Someone got sued for getting a hot cup of coffee spilled on them from McDonald's.
Just call Saul.
So a couple other ways to be a parent, not a Sharent, and we're advocating to be parents, not Sharents.
Yes.
Are we? I'm on that page. Are you on that page?
I'm on both right now.
Oh, you want to be a Sharent?
No, I just don't have any problem in regards to my life with my child.
No, you're not. I don't feel like you're a Sharent.
No. Oh no. I mean, there's different categories. There's different ages. We talked before is sharenting when they're like 1 to 2. Your baby doesn't know what's going on. They're not going to look back like, why did you post that photo?
But remember, sharenting is the misuse.
Yeah. No,
right?
There's no way I missed
it. So I'll go through this checklist. At the end of this checklist, you can decide if you're a sharent or a parent.
Let's do it.
Okay. So number 3, don't share your child's actual location.
Okay. Well, that's even your self location too.
Right.
If you're going to do that with your child, you might as well do it for yourself.
Right. Don't share photos in any state of undress. So like them being in a bad mood or messed up,
okay, gotcha.
or yes, not.
Do you say undressed?
Yes.
Man, I don't know verbs.
Right. Share only with close friends and family. Ask your kids if they are okay with pictures you post. I mean, that would be interesting for you to ask Aria. Just to see her reaction.
Some of these go into a category of what age they're at to where they can really answer it truthfully, because I watched the one video you sent me.
But does it matter? Like if you say to Aria, right? It does. Wait, hold on. Okay. If you say to Aria, "Are you okay with me posting this picture?" and she's like, "No,"
and then you ask her 5 minutes later, and she's like,
"Okay." That's okay.
That's what I mean. It depends on what age they're at.
But if she says no, are you going to share it?
If it's amazing content that I know that, like, because I'm a goofy person, as you have watched.
Are you going to share it?
I don't know. I mean, I'll think about it, but I'll probably share it.
I don't think you would.
It depends what it is. I
don't know.
Like, if it
you
falls
love
in
your
like
little girl.
If it falls in like a bad category, of course I wouldn't. But you watched the one about the guy parenting his kid he came out of a store and the baby's and she's crying like crazy, frantic. Yeah. So
I'm so glad you brought that up.
So I watched it. So like,
the Walmart guy, the Walmart dad.
So only because everybody that has a child out there that has the tantrums, like my baby has one every day, but it's a learning time to teach them. When they're in that mood after tantrum mode, and you ask them like, "Okay, are you ready to listen?" When you say it I think here at 3 years old, at Ari's age, a tone, not what you're saying. They say, "Are you ready to listen?" They're always gonna say, eventually, yes, because you're saying certain things in a certain way that until they say the right thing, you're gonna keep asking it, and it depends what age a kid's at to really get a truthful answer.
Okay, so I agree at the current age at which they are at. However, let's fast forward that video 10
Digital
years
fast
from
forward
now.
or VHS fast forward?
Like real life fast forward.
Okay.
10 years from now.
Okay.
Okay, that girl's 14.
Okay.
Guess what?
What?
That video's still out there.
Yep.
That video's still on YouTube, and that video has over like 1 million likes. So she's got peers at that very crucial age in life where we're trying to get now at that 13, 14, 15 age point in our life, right? We're trying to get social acceptance, and we're not trying to get it from our parents anymore. Mm-hmm. In that video, she's getting social acceptance from her dad, right? That's fully what's happening in that moment, and she wants it.
Yeah.
And why does she behave? Because dad's not putting up with that shit, and he shouldn't. And I agree with that. And I think the parenting tactic there was amazing. And I think that more parents should see stuff like that, because it then validates how they parent, and it shows like you don't put up with shit like that. However, now that girl's 14 years old. She's in middle school. And guess what's going to happen?
Made fun of?
She's going to get made fun of. She's going to be like, "Oh, you're crying. You had your dad sit you on the car." Kids are going to do that because kids are mean.
Unless it goes viral.
It is viral.
Okay, so you can't really take it down because it's... What? No, if the link's from YouTube, yes, it could get thrown everywhere, but if it's from YouTube, you just take it down. But
once it's out, man,
I almost think some of these videos that I see are also for the parents' self. I mean, like, to feel good about themselves in the social media world.
And that's where the social acceptance comes in.
Exactly. He gets social, like, I'm a great dad. I got 1 million views.
But is that okay? Does that justify it?
I don't know, but I still wouldn't put my parenting teaching lessons through social, like a social media. I would never, me personally, post it.
Yeah, I agree. I understand why he did it.
True,
I get it.
And I'll
be honest with you, I liked it.
You're gonna get it, but you're gonna get it more as you have the child, because there's moments, and everybody knows this watching, when you have a child and you're just like, I'm gonna punch a wall. I ran into a mom that I haven't seen, my brother's neighbor downstairs. And caught up with her. How's it going? I could see it in her eyes. She was just like
done.
And I was talking to her. I'm like, and out of nowhere just started talking about parenting and like how it's hard. And this, I'm like, it's okay if you say some days you don't want to have a child. And everybody could hate me for saying that, but like when you're in the thick of it with anything you do, everybody,
job,
it's honesty. Everybody says it, and it's okay to say it. And she looked at me, and you could just see like she just took a deep breath. She was like, "Thank you."
You get it.
She's like, "Thank you for just saying that."
Yeah.
Like everybody goes through it.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel bad saying that, and I love my child more than anything in the world. But it's part of life.
Right.
And in that moment where people post those kind of videos, it's like it's a little bit for them, I think, too.
I agree.
It's a diary. It's It's digitally writing.
Well, and that's okay. The diary is okay because diaries are for your own personal use. Diaries are not meant to be shared in the world.
And hence, I would
There's
still never...
nobody in this world that would be like, let me read for you chapter 4 of my diary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I still wouldn't parent.
So it's really, in my opinion, you've got to be very careful.
Yep.
And you've got to think about the future. Because if you think about the moment, that's great and it's okay. And I agree with what the dad did on his parenting style. I'm not sure that I agree with how he did it to share it on social media. And I just hope that in the future that kiddos don't ridicule her for what happened 10 years prior because it should have happened. What happened should have happened. And the way he handled it was perfect. So hopefully that's something that you are aware of. Now, the last thing is that if you are still in doubt about sharing, don't share. Just simply don't share.
True.
And I think that's a great rule to live by. Like if you're thinking to yourself, should I or shouldn't I?
Don't.
At that point, you shouldn't because you shouldn't even think that.
And if you are thinking of it, like, then just keep it in your phone for another day. You don't have to, share it right away. I mean,
right.
For me, it comes back. It's just education. It's just education. If you're at all thinking about, Sharenting is on my mind a lot, just do some more research. Like instead of watching, a TV show. Read an article on Sharenting.
Right.
It's education in so many ways. And as time goes on from daughter being 3, 4 to 14, it's just, will she be made fun of? She may, but how are you going to parent for the next 10 years to when she gets made fun of? She fires back something super like, yeah, it's all good. And I love that. But, she fires, instead of going home crying or something, she fires back more of like an adult kind of answer. And that's your parenting skills.
Right.
There's so many avenues and pieces you have to put together to. It's never about one thing.
Yeah.
There's a million things that it's involved with.
Right. So that's going to lead us into our last thing for today is that I really want to have you and I. We talked about this in our first episode, just sharing gratitude, right? And we're going to call it the Dattitude.
Hey, where are you coming up with these things?
I know,
man?
right? So we're going to just, we'd really like to make sure that we share our dattitude of being dads. Me, future dad, you, current dad. Well, maybe not future dad because we're going to talk about that in the next episode, actually. When do you become a dad? Yes. But so grateful for, I'm so grateful for the knowledge that I'm getting from you, from our community. I'm so grateful for my wife and how much she puts up with me and my crazy antics. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I have to actually be a dad. I think that is something that I'm so blessed to have. There's a lot of people out there that don't even have that choice. And I couldn't imagine what that would be like. Gratitude, dattitude, what you got?
Dattitude. I love it. I think we have our first t-shirt logo. It's either #dattitude or #dadding. I think it's like
maybe
on
we
point.
could do both.
I
need
think
your vote, guys.
We're gonna make them for both. We'll put a post up. Like what would our first hashtag on the back of our shirt be?
What are you grateful for? #dattitude.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm grateful for every day since I was like 25.
Don't be getting generic on me now. Give me something specific.
I'm just grateful that I have a health, like pre-baby. Everybody's asking all these questions. I always have the same answer. I just want a healthy, happy baby. Happy, aka throwing tantrums, but eventually can become happy. A normal world in that. And I've been blessed with that. I have the strongest wife in the entire world. She deserves everything she is. She's on a cruise right now in Jamaica and Haiti.
Sucker, you're stuck here with me.
It's all good, but just, I mean, every day, everything that we do, being a dad, it's crazy. It's crazy sometimes. It gets good. It's bad. I'm just. The journey.
It's dad.
It's dad, man. It's part of it.
Good.
There's no
It's
words
bad.
to
It's
explain.
dad.
I'm just grateful for everything. I'm grateful that we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that me and Brian met and we're sitting here how many years now?
Dude, it's been 5-6 years, bro.
It goes
know.
by, just like that, it goes by quick. Just like baby is double time, but everything, you the more you surround yourself with being grateful and grateful things that are around you rather than like what's bad, because there's always bad. There's two sides of the coin. Just focus on what you're grateful for.
That's right.
And things will become better.
Amen. I love that. So, two things before we take off. Follow us, comment, share, like, give us your feedback. 2 dads, the number 2 dads on a mic, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. And last, most importantly, take 60 seconds out of your day, every single day. Sit in some silence, close your eyes, and truly think about what you're grateful for, why you're grateful for it, and it will make you become a better person all around and appreciate the things that you have. I'm Brian Boyd.
I'm Zach Hitler.
2 dads on a mic. We out.
We're out.